week of September 15th through September 21st. And this is the week we start off on the 15th with Venus sextile Mars. Now, sextiles are a positive aspect, and Venus is hanging out in the sign of Leo, and it's sextiling Mars in the sign of Libra. They're actually both at 25 degrees. And so remember, Mars isn't doing it at its best in Libra, but Mars wants to take action and Libra wants to bring harmony and balance. So the energy of this sex is teaming up energy. Venus rules the sign Libra that Mars is hanging out in. It's all about putting aside your differences and working together. Great movies always have opposite type main characters, right? We usually have like storylines of, people having to work together, people having to do stuff together, not liking each other in the beginning, and then harmony towards the end. So remember this when you're teaming up with others. Put aside your differences and take advantage of this harmonious energy on the 15th of the month. And, these kind of affect us a few days before, a few days after. Teamwork makes the spell work. Tuesday the 16th, we have, let's see where the moon is on Tuesday the 16th. So the moon is in the sign of Cancer, right? It actually started on Sunday. It moved into the sign of Cancer. And now we have it there Monday and Tuesday. And so on Tuesday, the advice is that your mind is telling you to keep working, but your body says slow down. So listen to the body on Tuesday, the 16th, and pretty much always, but especially on Tuesday, the 16th. The 17th, we have Mercury opposite Saturn, which is retrograded. So on the 17th, Mercury, remember, it rules merchants, it rules roadways, pathways, delivery of information. But Mercury can also be the trickster. And when it's opposite Saturn, what you see isn't necessarily what you'll get. Do not sign the dotted line. There's more information to come. So put off signing agreements. It won't be easy because there's like a window of opportunity is closing. And the other person may be under pressure to seal the deal, but this is not the time to proceed. There's more information that is due to come. So please wait a little longer. Now, on the 18th, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra. So look at all this planetary movements. It's like you cannot expect to feel the same this month because everything is shifting. All these planets, all these personal planets are shifting. All these retrogrades are going on. Full moons, eclipses, new moons. It's a pretty wild month. So when Mercury enters Libra, the relationship sign of Libra, Mercury, the communicator, and then it's going to go right into an opposition with Neptune, the great healer, but also the planet of illusion and delusion, part of why we don't want to sign the dotted line. Don't give in to bullies. Don't lock horns. This is a standoff, not a fight. Okay, this is an opposition, not a fight. Stay in your corner. Refuse to budge. Don't change your position. Stay on your side of the dividing line. You can hold your ground without having this be a big confrontation. Stand your ground. Don't give in. It's Thursday, the 18th. Now, Venus then moves into the sign of Virgo. Now, it's a little tough position for Venus because Virgo is the analyzer and Virgo gets into all the details. I personally have Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, but in Virgo's house. So I kind of get the understanding of Virgo. It can nitpick. It can be, it took me a really long time to be able to show up and be on videos. I still hate seeing my own self on videos. Venus and Virgo, that's one of the symptoms. So on the 19th, Venus moves into the mutable earth sign of Virgo, the analyzer. It will stay there till October 13th. Now, this is a good time for invites, offers, and introductions because Venus is all about harmony and relationships. But Virgo knows, they are very shrewd, knowing that opportunities come with strings attached. So sometimes Venus in Virgo doesn't want to take those opportunities because they feel that it's going to end up having some kind of repercussion. But remember, others help you get what you want quickly. So don't isolate yourself, accept some of the offers and invitations. And yes, there may be strings attached, and just try to evaluate if the strings are worth it for you. But you can get what you want quickly, so take advantage of it. Now we're moving into what else? We've got more stuff going on. We're getting closer and closer to this new moon in Virgo and the solar eclipse that's going to happen on the 21st on Sunday. Now, on the 19th, Friday the 19th, after Venus moves into Virgo, Mercury is going to go into a trine. Now, this is considered a grand air trine, even though I've heard some astrologers say that it's about a quarter degree short of an air trine. I am not a mathematical astrologer. I am an intuitive astrologer. To me, I see a lot of air. I see a lot of planets in air. Mercury trining, grand air trine, is a very positive aspect, but it's going to make for a lot of mental stimulation. Mercury's involved, the communication planet, Uranus, the oh wow planet, and Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, also rules other people's money. So people can help you. Rules and laws can work in your favor. You are not alone. Do not isolate. Get in touch with old friends, new friends, business associates, agencies that can help you, human resources, and helpers in general. You can receive quick results. Mercury, Grand Trine, the 19th. It's not just the 19th, but it definitely escalates then. Now, this weekend, Saturday, learn from past mistakes. The moon's going to be in Virgo. We know that we're heading to the new moon. We know we've got some of the node accesses involved because the north node of the moon is presently, let me make sure I get this straight, presently in the sign of Pisces, and opposite Pisces is Virgo, and the south node of the moon is there, the past. So definitely learn from your past mistakes and try not to repeat it. It does feel globally like we are just not learning from the past and repeating the same mistakes, and maybe even worse this time. So on a personal level, learn from that. Now, on Sunday, the 21st at 3:54 p.m., we have the Virgo new moon and solar eclipse. Now, there's just so much going on. This is opposite Saturn at 28.5 degrees of Pisces. And Uranus and Pluto are about 7 minutes away to trining on this new moon. So that trine was in this general range of the end of the week. The moon is also about 2 hours away from entering the sign of Libra. It's a lot of change. And this is happening right before a lot of change happens. So, the sun's going to move into Libra too. That's what it is. So the moon's going to move into Libra. The sun's going to move into Libra. And they're not going to be a new moon because the new moon's going to happen in Virgo. But there's going to be a lot of, it's almost like, I heard one astrologer, Rick Levine, refer to this as, that the moon is like pregnant. There's this grand air trine. Something new is going to give birth. Okay. Now, solar eclipse brings us something. So we want to think about what we want to be birthing. There is a lot of emphasis. Now, remember, all these planets are changing signs, right? And all this Virgo new moon and the solar eclipse that wants to bring us something. Some of the questions I wrote down are: how's your health and wealth? There's emphasis on the body because this is Virgo, it's Earth. There's change in diet, rest, meditation, exercise. You can no longer burn the candle at both ends. Take care of yourself. Also, cut back on spending and consolidate, because this is Virgo energy and the south node's there, and we want to learn from the mistakes, and we want to get clear, and we want to get organized. And this is the second Virgo new moon that we had. It's so fun when we have repeats. I'm always like, when I was first learning astrology, I didn't even know that could happen. We have 0-degree Virgo new moon in August, a 29-degree Virgo new moon in September. We get a double chance here. You Virgos especially are going to be affected by this. to get things together, to get things organized, to take care of yourself, to accept the gift of the grounding energy, to allow space for what it is that you really want. And it's all going to depend on what we do and on our actions. And we have to focus on our actions, not just everything that's going on in the world, because we know there's a heck of a lot of stuff happening there. We don't have a lot of control about that, but we do have a lot of control about our daily decisions. And for most of us, we're privileged enough here in this part of the world to not be as horribly affected by some of the things that are going on, but the responsibility falls to us to help make the change for others. And so this Virgo new moon, which is Virgo's all about stepping up, volunteering, giving time, being part of things. And so this falls to us. Now, focus on Sunday on health and wealth and what's been going on since 8/23 when we had the last Virgo new moon. All right, let's pull a couple cards for this big week ahead. Haven't looked at any of these yet. Let's see. I'm going to give you one from each of these piles here. So the first one is from the Curious Travels Tarot. The second one is from the Pastoral Tarot. We got one here for them from the Magical Hours. And let's get a spirit animal for the week ahead on the table here. Haven't looked at any of these. Let's see what we got. First card, Justice. Interesting. She's walking a tightrope. Justice, trying to find the balance. She looks like she's up high, trying to go slow, move slowly, move with intention. This is Libra energy. We know the planets are we know the moon and the sun are just about to move into Libra. And yes, so more Libra energy showing up. Justice, the balance. You've got the King or the Page of Wands here. So you've got some young energy with the Page. Wands is fire. And he looks like he's actually not even walking on the path. He's on his own path here. So not following the norm, following your own curiosity. And he's also walking health, right? Getting out there. Six of Cups shows up. We have some nostalgic energy here. We know we have heavy South Node influence, the past. We don't want to get too bogged down in the watery emotions of the past. We're trying to find the balance. Looks like some movement will help us. Let's see what the animal is. And we've got the dolphin, and it says play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence. Exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. So there is playful energy here, Page of Wands. Even the Six of Cups has reminiscing playful energy to it. Justice card, finding that balance. We're talking all about your health and your wealth and your diet and exercise and taking care of yourself better. And I think it reflects in the card. So I'm giving you permission to play. Go ahead and play this week. Have some playtime. Maybe you have a fun adventure in the woods. Enjoy.